Getting old is a blessing. Looking old, not so much. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Andri. Today we are discussing looking old, getting old, what we shouldn't be doing about it. We're just going to have a chit chat. You and I are going to chit chat about how we feel about being this age or getting older. So for those of you that don't know, and it's always in my description box, I am 59 years old. I am a yiayia, a grandmother, and I have been married for 42 years. I'm an exercise freak. I love to exercise. I love wine. In more recent years, I have cut out sugar. I'm careful with my diet. I watch what I eat. I don't watch what I drink. I watch what I eat. Even when it comes to drinking wine, I try and choose organic wine, but I could do much better. Right, that's just a wee background on myself. So let's discuss if getting old is in fact a choice. And I'm discussing here about just, you know, the ordinary person. I'm not referring to anybody that has an illness, is battling an illness. I'm simply discussing the average person. If we do in fact have a choice when it comes to looking old. So I've already touched on the changes that I have made, and those are the choices that I have made for me to make me feel better, and they certainly do make me feel better. I do a lot of things to keep old age and dementia at bay. So my mother suffered from vascular dementia, and it was really my mum's dementia. I cared for my mum. She lived with me and I cared for her. So I saw firsthand how bad a disease it is. Once my mum passed away, I started doing research and basically trying to keep dementia at bay. And from my research, I discovered HRT, and which is another thing that kind of I feel keeps me younger, because it's given me the hormones that my body used to have when I was younger and I don't have anymore. And you know, women are living much longer now, so you know, being without your hormones for such a long time can't be doing us any favours. But we are all very different and we all have to do what suits us. I only take estrogen, just in case you're new here, because I have had a hysterectomy. I had a hysterectomy in my 30s. I didn't at the time take HRT because I still had my ovaries, so I was still producing my own hormones. But it just, when I kind of hit my 50s, I started doing my research and I started taking estrogen. Okay, so is getting old a choice, and why is it a choice, and what choices should we make? So these are the choices that I have made to try my very best to keep old age at bay. And getting old is a gift. I'm not taking that away. It's just, for me, feeling the best you absolutely can at the age that you are. And I do believe age is just a number. It's just a number, because years ago I thought 59 was old. I thought 60, I'm going to be 60 next year, was old. I thought 70 was old. I have friends that are 70 and they don't look what I would call old now. I don't think I look old. I wouldn't refer to myself as old. I do jokingly at times, but actually, do I really feel old? I don't feel old. So the choices I have made are, I exercise, and I probably exercise more than the average person because it's something that I've always done. It's something that I'm quite good at, so I exercise. And but you know, you don't have to exercise the amount that I exercise, but I do believe everybody should maintain some sort of exercise. Not moving is not good for your body. You know, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it, people. That's it. You know, if you're not moving about, if you're not moving your joints and your bones and all of that, everything's going to deteriorate. So you're going to age. Everything's going to become old. So I try and exercise at my highest level that I possibly can. I'm also a great believer in you are what you eat. I'm a great believer in that because I have seen that firsthand. I also believe, you know, the younger you are, your body allows you to get away with eating what I call rubbish, sugars, lots of carbohydrates, you know, the fizzy drinks and all of that. It's not, you're not doing yourself any favors doing it, but your body can process that a lot better. Now, can I just say right here, right now, I am not an expert. These are the things that I have discovered for myself, and I've changed certain bad habits that I had, and I have seen the vast improvement that it has made to me. Yeah, I'm a great believer in you are what you eat. I've cut out the sugars, I've lowered the carbs, I only use olive oil. I'm quite strict, and can I tell you, for somebody who used to eat a lot of sugary things, I do not miss it one little bit. In fact, when I eat something with a sweet taste, I'm not a fan of it anymore. I can pick up on it straight away. It almost tastes synthetic to me, because honestly, it's unbelievable. Those of you that have been here with me for a long time and you remember me doing my Aldi hauls, there would be sweets and chocolates and crisps and this, and my Aldi hauls were full of all that type of thing. You'll not see that in my hauls now, very rarely, and if it's there, it's for my grandchildren. And you'll see dark chocolate as opposed to all the other things, but I think that's been the biggest thing for me, and I've seen the changes it has made in my joints. I became that person when I started getting painful joints. Oh, it's because I'm getting older. When I started getting sore knees, oh, it's because I exercise and I'm getting older, and I was putting it, you know, these things happen when you get older. The same when we start gaining weight around our tummy, it's because I'm going through the menopause. People, these things do happen, yes, but if you make the choice to make the changes, and not for 1 week or 2 weeks, it's a lifestyle change that you need to make. It makes all the difference. So I noticed a big difference. My joints are not painful. They will get painful if I up my carbs, if I start eating a lot of pastries or breads or things like that. I feel it straight away. It goes straight, it's my knuckles, that's where I feel it the most. I was having severe pain here, where it got to a point I was struggling to lift my weights, and I would say to my instructor at the gym, it's not my strength, it's the pain in my wrist. There was a period, again, I was wearing support on my wrist. None of that now. I don't need any of that now, and that's, I believe, from stopping the sugar. I think that was the main culprit, was the sugar that I was taking, the amount of sugar for myself. I also knew my body was struggling with sugar. Now, my mum was a diabetic, and I knew my body was struggling with sugar because I would have a drop where my body would get shaky, I would get sweaty, and I would quickly need to eat something just to bring up my sugar levels again. Oh, that's I never ever had it diagnosed, but that's how it felt to me, and that was horrible. And since stopping sugar and high carbs, I don't get that at all anymore. There's also intermittent fasting that I do, which I also think is really good for me and has helped with many things. And all these things as well not only make me feel better, but I don't suffer any of that bloatedness and that I had through menopause, and I don't have a belly that I started to get through my menopause. All that has cured that as well. So it's a win-win. I keep saying that. I know I said that a lot in my other video. Anyway, so that's about eating, drinking and exercising, which, you know, is common knowledge. But you've also got to look after yourself. Nobody else is gonna do all of this for you. You need to take care of yourself. So you take care of yourself by what you eat and drink and and exercise and all that. But you know, it's your skincare and choosing what's best for you. I mean, I use things, I've gone to things like CeraVe. I used to use the higher end Estee Lauder and all of that. You know, this works for me a treat. It absolutely does. I do red light therapy, which I feel also helps my skin. I take collagen, which also helps in many things as well. I use castor oil, because we all know castor oil is a miracle. So they say. If we believed everything they said about castor oil, I have nothing to lose, so I use castor oil as well. I use that every night in my belly button and on my face, and I've started using it on my stretch marks as well. Anyway, so like I said, I am 59. What does a 59 look like and feel like? Well, as far as I'm concerned, this is what 59 looks like and feels like, and I feel amazing. I'm confident in myself. But the advantage of being this age, I think I have calmed down. An awful lot of people would laugh at this when they say I've calmed down, because I'm quite a type of person in my real life. Experiences teach you to be more patient and to be a nicer person. I think it's a good place to be. And like I said, I feel very blessed to have reached this age and to still be healthy, and I want to make the most of it. So I don't want to abuse that. I've been lucky enough that I'm 59 and I'm still healthy, so I want to try and be that way for as long as possible, because this is 59 and I feel good at 59. I do not feel old at 59. I don't feel as if I have slowed down in any way at all. I can still run a 5k with my son and daughter-in-law. I exercise and keep up. Sometimes I'm better than the younger ones because I have maintained that. I've not slowed down because I am of a certain age. I have continued as I always did. I probably will get to a point where I will slow down, but I'm trying to keep that as far away as possible. I'm trying to keep my abilities where they are without getting any slower. I retired, I think it was 7 years ago, and when I used to think of somebody that was retired, I would think of them, years gone by, I would think of them as an old person. I don't think of myself as an old person at all. I haven't changed the way I dress. I mean, I've done recent videos on still wearing kind of tops where you could see my midriff. I'm still wearing my bikinis. I still wear the clothes that I used to wear. They might be a wee bit longer now because I used to wear them quite short, very short. So they're probably a little longer now. Do I still wear shorts? Of course. Would I wear shorts going into town to pick up some messages? Of course. I don't have a problem with that. In fact, that's what I'm wearing today, a pair of shorts. So I don't see why I should stop wearing shorts because I am of a certain age. As long as I feel comfortable in what I'm wearing and I feel happy in whatever I'm wearing, and I feel when I look at myself that I look good, I'm going to wear it. And age is not going to stop me wearing it. Not at all. And the most important thing is to educate yourself. Nobody is going to do the homework for you. You have to do it yourself. I did this homework. I always thought of myself as a healthy person because I exercised so much and could keep up my exercise. I assumed I was a healthy person. But like I said, I was getting the joint pain, but it was down to the menopause, down to my age, because I was getting older, because that's what everybody tells you, isn't it? No, that's wrong. So I had bloods done, and I was pretty much shocked when my bloods did not come back as I expected them. And that's when I started to educate myself and made the changes that I needed to make. And because they worked, and because I could see the difference that these changes made for me, I stuck to them. I stuck to my new diet of, you know, no sugar, low carbs, and all of that. Refined sugars. As when I say sugars, that's what I'm talking about. Nothing processed. I stopped all of that. That's my Lily, by the way, in the background. Somebody's dead to walk past the house. My grandmother had dementia. My mum had vascular dementia. I don't know what type of dementia my yiayia had, my grandmother had. I don't know. But that's another thing I'm trying my very best to keep at bay. Fingers crossed I do, especially when it's a vascular dementia. Anyway, this is not about dementia, this video. Although dementia is another thing that is, you know, said to be an old person's disease, when in fact it isn't. It isn't. You know, a lot of these changes that I'm talking about with regards to getting old are things that can, you know, increase your chances of dementia. There's a lot of research now on dementia. Anyway, so yeah, educate yourself. So I had bloods done. I always thought of myself as a healthy person because I always kept fit, always exercised, could keep up with most people in the gym, and you know, I just assumed I was a healthy person until I had these bloods done and realised that actually I wasn't, which explained why I was getting joint pain, why I wasn't feeling good, why I was needing to take naps during the day when I've never taken naps before. I would go to the gym and do my workout and then be exhausted for the rest of the day. And I realised when I did my bloods that these were the reasons I needed to make changes. This wasn't normal. It wasn't simply getting old. I needed to change things up. And that's when I made the changes. And I've seen the amazing difference that they have made. An amazing difference. I feel amazing at 59. I absolutely do. And I'm approaching my 60s. I don't see an old person when I look in the mirror. That's how I feel, and I thank God for that. And that's another thing, gratitude. We need to learn to be thankful for what we have. I thank God every day. When I wake up, I say thank you. Thank you for my health, for my husband's health, for my family's health. That's the most important thing, people. Health is wealth. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, how you feel about age. Is it a choice? Not age. Age is not a choice. Getting old. Is getting old a choice? What choices you have made? Is it just what we have inherited? Is it in the genes, whether we age well or not? I would love to hear your thoughts. Talking of getting old, I'm going to touch on a subject that's a bit morbid, but you know, I'm always honest with you. I talk about getting older. There's, you know, that dreaded word, death. And I've lost both my parents. I've lost best friends. I held my mum's hand when she died. I saw a friend of ours being taken off a life support machine. I was there when they took him off a life support machine, and I've seen death, and it's something that I still haven't come to terms with. I still find it hard to think of me as dying. I don't know, is that not a natural thought? I don't know. I find it quite, I still find it, and as a religious person I shouldn't really, because when you die you're with Christ, but I still find that is something I can't allow myself to think about. I don't know if I should be talking about that, but I just thought I would share that thought with you. I do. If I had to be totally honest, I find death scary. I don't know if I should. I don't even know if I'm going to keep that in, because that's really me opening up. But let me know in the comments your thoughts. I know I should never have taken it down that road, but I've spoken to the priest about it as well in the past, and I remember asking my grandmother when I thought she was old. She probably wasn't even old at the time, but I thought she was old, and I said to her, and this was before her dementia, I said to her, "You scared? Are you ever scared of dying?" And she was like, no. She was adamant that she wasn't afraid of dying. Why am I talking about this? Anyway, I feel amazing right now. I'm doing the best that I can to keep myself feeling and looking young. Cover myself in CeraVe like this, and I do all of that stuff. I do all of that stuff in the hope that it keeps me young. But honestly, it's the main things is, you know, a good diet and exercise and educating yourself. Don't just accept it. Don't accept the sore knees, the sore elbows, the sore joints in your hands. Don't accept it. Do something about it. And remember, it's a lifestyle change. It's not for 1 or 2 weeks for it to work. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video, although it did go down some certain roads, unexpected ones. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, what you think about this whole aging thing. It's when you think back, when you remember yourself as a young child, and then I'm here now as, you know, a wife, mother, grandmother. I've reached that age, and I remember when I had my first grandchild, and people kept saying to me, "Wow, how do you feel? How do you feel?" And I kept thinking it was an amazing thing. I was even at my grandson's birth. I saw him come into this world, and I remember people would always ask me, "Oh, how does it feel?" I remember thinking, wow, I've reached that stage in my life already. I was like, I was wowed. I was like, oh my goodness. And I would think back to my grandmother, and I was like, oh my goodness me, I am a grandmother. It was the weirdest feeling, realizing that I've reached that stage, a wonderful stage of my life, an amazing stage. I don't want this video to be negative. This is not a negative video at all. I just thought I would discuss what's going on in my head. So yeah, I remember when Theo was born, I was like, wow, I'm a grandmother. I've reached that stage of my life, and I'm very blessed and very thankful. I hope you have enjoyed this little chit chat video between friends, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you would like to see any more videos from moi, I will shall link one here and here. And if you're not already subscribed, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe by hitting the A right here, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Enjoy life, people.